Good morning, everyone. Hope things are well. Hope you are doing well. And I think it's fair to say, without kicking them when they're down, for the Sunderland fans that are watching this video, things aren't going so well. Of course, they've lost a massive game last night against Leeds United, which will now basically confirm that Sunderland is out of automatic promotions. They'll now have to do it the hard way through the playoffs. They've got to go to Wembley. They've got to win the playoff final. And that is the only way they'll be playing Premier League football next season. Now, I know the first question you're going to be asking, Adam, I'm a Newcastle fan. Why am I talking about Sunderland? Sunderland doesn't matter to us. I disagree with that. I think Sunderland does matter to Newcastle, and you got to remember, if Sunderland do go through the playoff final, they're playing us next season, and especially if Newcastle United, as things stand, we are meant to be playing some form of European football next season, whether that be the Conference League, Europa League, playing on a Thursday night down at God knows what Eastern European country against God knows what Eastern European team. Point being, we're coming back from Europe, potential injuries, extra games played, again, potential cup finals you're looking at. Newcastle have a lot of fixtures coming up. And one fixture I do not want is Sunderland away. I'm telling you now, if we play like we did against Manchester City, and we'll speak a bit more about that City game shortly, because for some reason Sunderland fans will take the mick out of us for that game. But if we play like we did down at City against Sunderland, I tell you what, they'll beat us at the Stadium of Light. And not just about beating us as well, it's the fact that they'll kick the crap out of our players. The likes of Joe Linton may get red carded in the game. This is one of those matches where, for me, I've seen Newcastle fans be quite split down the middle on this. I'm always someone that's against Sunderland being back in the Premier League, because I just don't think it benefits Newcastle United. That's my mindset and logic going into it. Now, in terms of me, I do have a special video planned for tomorrow, which is kind of why I wanted to do this. Not go off topic today, but why I kind of wanted to direct the video towards something else. So I've got a very special video on the channel tomorrow. So stay tuned. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss it. But in terms of Sunderland, I want to be honest. I want to come out with an honest video, because again, Newcastle fans reacted a lot to that game last night, and it was a massive match. Of course, losing the last kick of the game to Leeds has completely derailed what has been, I would say, a decent season for them. But the reality is, I think they're where they are. I think they deserve to be where they are. Fourth, I think they're not as good as Burnley. I don't think they're good as the two teams above them. And I think fourth's about right for them. Easily in the playoffs, but they're just a good championship team. I don't think they're much more than that. And of course, if they were to come up next season, just look at the bottom three at the minute. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what players you have. Every single championship team that gets promoted get destroyed in this league. And you're talking a near impossible job now of keeping your side in the Premier League. Got to spend well, and you've got to get a bit lucky with your teams, and you've got to just be able to stand toe to toe in this league, and none of them could do it. It's so hard now. The gulf is just so big now, and again, you talk about gulf. You look at Newcastle and Sunderland, of course. Back in 2016, two relegation for our teams is crap, going at each other every season. Sunderland's declined. Then Newcastle's had their takeover and they pushed even further up. And the problem being is that even though you look at these two teams and go, Adam, why are you worried about Sunderland? They're down here, we're up here. Well, just look at that Merseyside derby last week. Just look at how Everton played against Liverpool. Just look at how the game went. Look at the red cards after the match. It's not a nice fixture at all these derbies. And I'm telling you now, if Newcastle fans go into that Sunderland game, especially the away match, with a load of confidence, the players go into it, looking down on Sunderland, looking down on those players, they'll humble us. I don't think it'd be anywhere near as easy as that FA Cup game last season. And if we went there at a bad time in the season, after a European match where our players are tired, they'll batter us. I actually think they'll beat us. I really think they would. And that's why I'm more lenient to say I would much rather have Burnley in the league, a team that we don't necessarily care about. 46 points with all due respect to them. We would probably expect every season against them, and I would much rather have what is deemed a comfortable fixture for Newcastle rather than having a derby on top of everything their public investment funds want to do at the minute. That being said, if Sunderland comes up, I'll still have them. I'll still love us to play them. And of course, as a fan, we all love the derbies, don't we? So it'll be amazing for that. However, I don't want them next season. I wouldn't mind them in a couple of years' time, maybe when Newcastle's squad depth's perfect and we are, again, a much better team. And I don't think next season's the right time to have them. I think if we were to have them next season, it would potentially damage us a bit in the league. Again, it's only 2 matches a season, so I don't think it's the end of the world for Newcastle. But I'm not fully convinced we'll beat them away next season. I'm still got a very hesitant feeling towards that game. I just think Newcastle's been way too inconsistent in the league to really suggest that we're 100% go there, batter them, no questions asked. I just don't think it's that simple. And to be fair to them, I mean, some of their players are decent. Lafay, how is he at Sunderland? Honestly, Lafay is actually quality. He's a very good player to be in the Championship. I like what I've seen of him so far. And it just seems to be like, it's almost that polar bear from Texas meme. I mean, like, how is the polar bear there? And it's like, how is Lafay there? Again, he's a really good signing. Isidore, of course, scored yesterday for Sunderland, and what I've seen of him again has something about him. Seems to be a decent player. And you got Joe Bellingham, you got Chris Rigg, of course, our lad. You got a few youngsters in there where, again, they've got potential. I think there's a lot of potential in that squad, but just nothing really concrete enough yet to suggest that they're going to be unbelievable players. So it's just a case where they've got a lot of youngsters together, got a good squad together, but I think it lacks experience, I think it lacks real quality, and you see it in the last 20 minutes of every match that they play, they always just seem to 4 points away. So again, for them, frustrating, but I feel like it is important for Newcastle what happened to them, as much as you guys may disagree with that, because I'm telling you now, them in the league next season would not help us at all. So we're going to see how things turn out. But for me, well, I tell you my honest thoughts now. You know what? Why not? There's not too much going on with Newcastle today, so we'll have a little chat about Sunderland since we've had such a massive result yesterday. And for some reason, after that Manchester City loss, we've had some Sunderland fans taking the mick out of us on social media. I'll give you an example here. Was going to make fun of the Newcastle scoreline, but I've decided to keep my mouth shut. How are they doing that? How are you taking the mick out of us? Seriously, have you seen the state of your stadium last season? You were putting Newcastle United decorations up for our game. You were doing that last season, not to mention this season. You've already just lost the Leeds there. You've been in League One for 5 years or something. I just don't know how they're mocking Newcastle. We're in a literal cup final. If I was to ask any Sunderland fan watching this video, do you want to be in the Carabao Cup final this season? They'll all say yes. So, yeah, I just don't understand how you're laughing at us for losing to City. I'm telling you now, if you guys want the City, you'll probably get beat 7 or 8-0. Seriously, that's how big the gulf is in the league now. So, yeah, I don't know how you're mocking us for that, but I'm back on topic though. Do you guys want Sunderland back in the Premier League? Because again, I hear very mixed opinions from Newcastle fans, and I'm intrigued to see why people do want them back, because I know it's a big game. I know people love the derby, and to be fair, I've heard an opinion going, well, you know, Adam, I want them back in the league. We'll beat them twice to go back down. I just want to get, I guess, a couple more wins over them. But for me, I just don't. I do care a little bit, but I just don't think Newcastle need it. I just don't think we need the derby anymore. I don't think it benefits us. And I'm at that stage now where, you know what, I just want them to stay down there. Just want them to not come up at all. I want them just to linger around the Championship and just to do nothing. That's kind of my mindset. Wouldn't mind getting them perhaps in a cup again in the third round like we did last season. But in terms of the league, I just don't think it benefits us in the league. I don't think it's Newcastle's best interest to have them in the league. And hopefully Burnley comes up. I want Burnley to come up for that reason, but that's not a disrespectful comment. It's just my honest thoughts. I think Sunderland in the Premier League could actually take points of Newcastle. I think that away match especially, that'll be a horrible game. I don't think it'll be a nice game at all for us. And even if Newcastle was to win the match, you're talking the 90 minutes on the pitch will kick the crap out of each other, and I just don't think it benefits our players. I don't think it's something we need to focus on. And for me, I don't want them back in the Premier League. So that's my take coming out of this video. Bit different today. Why not? Got not too much going on today. I ordered my special video planned tomorrow, so I thought, you know what? Let's have a chat about them. Let's talk about them. They were mocked us after that City game, so it may be a case to some of you that have came here, I guess, out here to get one back over them. But the reality is, they lost a massive game yesterday, and why not? Let's just talk about them, I guess. But let me know your thoughts down below. Appreciate you all watching. Take care, and we will see you all in the next one.